Yes. Welcome, friends, to your weekly fix of
everyone's favorite intellectual late-night talk show, issues and topics.
Yes, indeed. Thank you for that thrilling, energetic intro. Welcome to Issues and Topics, as the man said. I'm your host, Randolph Mantoothberg. This week is quite a landmark show for us listeners. You know, I personally have a reputation for being quite the Luddite when it comes to technology. I don't even own a television or a smartphone. Heck, I don't even use a lighter for my cigarettes. In fact, I rub two sticks together to generate flame. But tonight, folks, we're going to, as I said, do something quite special. Now, a few weeks ago, on a competing program called the, what is it? What is it called?
Something Sweetheart.
Right, Sweetheart Show.
Sweetheart
that
show.
one. Yeah, on that show, a brilliant young cast member named Kaylee Rose invented, now get this, folks, she actually invented a time machine. Now, I know that most of you in the listening audience are skeptical when I say that, but, it's true. I seen it. The problem is that Kaylee got married to, what was that? Some kind of a science fiction aficionado when she traveled to the 1990s, and he either got stuck there or doesn't know how to get back. I can't remember. I got my own thing, right? Well, anyway, we here at Issues and Topics, we wish her luck. But never to pass up on an opportunity. Well, when we heard, she was gone, we sent our intern, Rick Jones, over there to her apartment, and he used his lock-picking skills. He got in, don't tell the police, he got in, he took a few Polaroids of the time machine and a few more of Kaylee's sleeping roommate there. But for you moral folks out there, don't worry. He also fed the cat and made sure the door was locked behind him when he left, right? So anyway, based on those Polaroids, the crew down here at Issues and Topics, they built our own time machine with a few enhancements, I have to say. And it's kind of, let me describe this. It's an Art Deco or perhaps a steampunk aesthetic, I'd say here. And we're going to try it out here on the show before your very ears, as it were. Now, again, don't call and ask me how it works because I'm a Luddite, right? So I was reading volume 23 of the 1975 Encyclopedia Britannica when they were building the thing, Anyway, well, how are you doing over there, Helga?
Ready to go, Randolph.
Okay, great. Folks, that's our staff engineer, Helga. Helga over there. Helga Reykjavik.
You ready now, Rick?
Shouldn't you try it with a chimpanzee the first time?
Helga is speaking now to Rick Jones, our unpaid intern. Chimpanzees are on the WWF's threatened list, Rick. You aren't.
But Helga...
Here. Put these gloves on.
I'm allergic to latex.
And here's an American flag. Plant it in Hollywood soil when you land in the 90s.
But...
Randolph, don't just hide there behind your microphone. Shut the door to the time machine, will you?
No, please.
Certainly. Oh, God.
No, God.
Wow, that's certainly a lot heavier than it looks. I'm glad there's no windows in that cockpit. I hate to see Rick cry and whine anymore. Well, is there oxygen in there?
He won't need it. Plenty of oxygen in the 90s. Now step back, Randolph. This puppy is ready to go.
Audience, I'm stepping behind the bulletproof glass of our studio picture window for safety now. Fire it up, Helga!
On my count, crew. Atmospheric conditions are a little moist today, Randolph, but we're hoping to send Rick here back to May 14th, 1998, and we stop the Seinfeld finale from airing.
Seinfeld? What is Seinfeld? Is that some lesser Wagnerian opera?
Get your head out of the university, Randolph. It's the most popular sitcom of all time, but had the worst last episode ever.
Sitcom.
3,
let me see. That's
2,
parlance
1.
for a situation
Vacuum seal
comedy,
engaged. Full
No.
throttle. I can't hear you, Randolph. Am I watching my crew here for safety?
Oh, wow. Look at this. Look at this thing go. Yeah. Sorry, I'm a bystander on my own show here. Oh, audience, this is exciting. The time machine is starting to agitate, and I think I can hear Rick's faint screams through the reinforced steel of the cockpit. Helga, she's so tough. Look at her. She's adjusting some cranks. She should be satisfied. She stepped back.
Take cover!
Listeners, if you could only see what I see. Or don't see, as the case may be, since we're on the radio. Listen, this is amazing. The time machine, that beautiful Art Deco time machine, which is about the size of a common refrigerator from Lowe's, has disappeared from the studio. Helga, does that mean the trip is a successful one?
We won't know for a little while yet, Randolph. We've got experienced technicians in Studio B watching the finale of Seinfeld on Hulu as we speak. If the episode changes, we'll know Rick was successful.
Well, successful or not, will Rick be able to return to modern times?
It's likely, Randolph. You see, unlike the time machine built by Kaylee Ross, ours is tethered to the present by the sound waves emitted from the radio station here.
Like a kind of auditory umbilical cord.
Something like that. But really, more like GPS coordinates with a timestamp. That's how the machine will find its way back. Like I say, those atmospheric conditions weren't ideal, and Rick, well, you get what you pay for. I'm going to get a coffee. Anyone else want a coffee?
Oh, thanks, but I only drink Earl Grey tea.
I wasn't talking to you.
Well, thanks anyway. Well, listeners, while we wait for Helga and, indeed, Rick, I hope, to return to the studio, let me describe to you that there's a little, in front of me here, a little control panel that appears to be made out of plywood or perhaps balsa. It has 3 little metal knobs or dials on it. They marked atmospheric pressure, blood pressure, and year. This is the one device Helga's team was fiddling with right before the time machine containing Rick disappeared. How long does it take to get coffee out of there? It's not like it's hot. Well, you know what? This isn't connecting to anything. So I'm gonna go ahead here and just play with these little dials a little bit. Let's see. How about blood pressure? Okay, this might help cut down on my lisinopril costs. It doesn't look like nothing happened. Anyway, it's fun to pretend, isn't it, folks? Yeah,
So I tells him, when I say pecker, I meant plant on her cheek. Hey, Randolph, what are you doing by that control panel?
Nothing. I was just admiring the craftsmanship of the wood glue, describing it to listeners in the audience while we waited for you.
You didn't touch anything, did you?
Of course not.
Remember, it's tethered to the time machine with radio waves.
Oh, sure. I remember that part. That's the most important detail. No, I didn't touch a thing. Hey, how's the coffee?
It's fine.
Well, do you like it black or with cream?
I like it like I like my radio show hosts. Honest.
Okay, fine. I can't lie to you. Helga, you're foreign. I can't lie on the Sabbath. I did fiddle with one of the dials, but don't worry. It was just the one that said blood pressure.
You egghead. You didn't. Don't you know those labels are encoded? The one that says blood pressure is the one that controls the year the time machine travels to. No wonder that Seinfeld rerun hasn't changed. Look at this. You set the dial to 1492.
Is that a bad thing?
Seinfeld wasn't even born in 1492.
Or 1942.
And there was
encyclopedia.
You've done enough damage, little one. And there was no radio, so I'm not even sure the time machine is still tethered to us.
Oh, hey, would you like another coffee?
No.
I'm sure Rick will be fine.
I don't care about Rick. That time machine cost us $3 million to build, and the new administration has defunded time travel. So if it's lost, we won't be able to build a new one.
Well, there's always the lottery.
OMG. You wonder why no one listens to the radio anymore. This is the last time I come to try...
Oh, listen! Oh, I'm saved. Listen, the time machine. It's the time machine.
Oh, it's coming back to our time. The radio waves still reached it.
Thank God, I'm not going to need my lawyers after all.
Studio B, report. Has the final episode of Seinfeld changed?
What the?
Has...
Oh, what? Whoa! What is it? What is it? What is it?
The rerun is still the same. That means Rick has failed.
Oh, it was probably the moist atmospheric conditions.
Oh, shut up. It was you pulling on my knobs.
Look!
The pod is opening.
Intern Rick! Intern Rick! Intern Rick, are you okay? Are you all... Oh.
Che cazzo è già successo? Mi sono vomitato sulla mia maglia. Oh.
Careful, Randolph. That's not Rick.
Dove sono? Chi è quella ragazza?
Greetings, alien being. I am Randolph Mantoothberg, radio host of the popular Issues and Topics show. Perhaps you've heard it.
Zitto, testa di zucca. Dove sono? Dov'è la mia barca e la mia ciurma?
Rick isn't in the time machine cockpit.
Oh, my God. My good man, listen, we
Zitto, testa di zucca. Dove sono? Dov'è la mia ciurma e le mie navi?
Radio, I don't think we understand each other.
What, you want him to speak English in this country? You messed with the dials and brought him here.
Well, what language is he speaking anyway?
Oh, I thought you had a PhD. It's obviously Italian.
Sì, è italiano. Sto parlando in italiano. Ah, cosa fai venerdì?
I don't have to speak Italian to know what that means. Now, I only speak English, Yiddish, and Aramaic.
God. Here, put this over his microphone.
What is this? Some kind of prophylactic? What is this?
You really are a Luddite. It's a language filter. It will translate any language into English for the listening pleasures of the audience.
On a public radio budget, how about that? Well, will he understand us, too?
Maybe. That's a prototype. But do any of us really understand each other in the end?
Allontanati, nerdone. Cosa stai mettendo sul mio microfono?
There it is. The filter is on.
Ask him why his clothes are so puffy.
Why, his puffy clothes smell of the sea. I'm going to ask him about that.
It's your show.
Good sir, you have a distinct...
Non te lo ripeto di nuovo, piccolo uomo. Allontanati!
This filter doesn't seem to work at all.
Twist it to the left a half turn.
Guarda che prendo il mio coltello and I'll stab you if you and your funny clothes don't get any closer.
There you go.
Huzzah!
What are you, happy? I said I'm going to stab you.
Oh, no, there's plenty of time for that later. I got to get in some questions here before we run out of time.
Well, in that case, may I have some coffee?
Take mine.
Thank you, sweetheart.
It's room temperature now anyway. And don't call me sweetheart.
Pardon me. May I ask your name?
I'm Helga Reykjavik, chief engineer of this radio station.
Well, I don't know what the radio station is, but I'm happy to meet you. My name is Christopher Columbus.
You don't say.
I don't believe it.
Don't be so skeptical, Randolph. Think about it. You know the time machine is functional. You set it to 1492, and when it returned, this man was inside. He's dressed in puffy clothes and smells like the sea.
Well, you just might be right.
I assure you, I am Christopher Columbus, who sails in the name of Queen Isabel of Spain. Where am I?
Don't worry about that. You see, my name is Randolph Mantoothberg. I'm the host of TV's...
I'm talking to the lady, Pumpkinhead.
But
You're in Bridgeport, on Chicago's fabulous South Side. And the year is 2017.
2017? Mamma mia! But how did I get here? 1 minute, and I'm sailing on the Santa Maria, and then there's this terrible sound like harpies, and all of a sudden, this strange object is on the hull. A door pops open, and this man, blue and wet on his face, falls out.
Rick!
He was blue. Was he dead?
No, we revived him with a nice vintage of 2013 Sassicaia and a heapings full of Kazumarzu. But then he sneezed, and I fell back into the object, and the door shut, and here I am.
Oh, Mr. Columbus, is it true that now you went to your grave believing you'd actually still landed in India rather than in the Americas?
I don't even know what you're saying.
Well, your objective in setting sail from Spain in 1492...
Randolph, stow it. We clearly intercepted him en route.
Oh, you know what that means, Helga? That means we have the power to alter history. Maybe get it right this time. Have a popular show.
You can't. This will never be popular in any time frame. And the first rule of time travel is to not interfere and do something that would alter history.
That's the second rule. The first rule of time travel is to go to the bathroom before you leave.
Ah, that's right.
But This is nonsense. Columbus paved the way for the genocide and destruction of entire cultures in the name of European expansion.
Can't
Mom.
alter history, Randolph. It's unfortunate, but true. Besides, what if Rick somehow ends up as the captain of the expedition?
Mamma mia!
He's
I have
got to
to
get
get
back
back.
here.
Listen, I clock out at 3. If we leave now, I can get Columbus back to his ship in 1492, grab Rick, get back here, and still have time to stop off for some burritos before I have to be home.
Well, I suppose that's for the best. It's just I have so many questions to ask Mr. Columbus.
Now that we know the time machine works, we can grab Columbus for an interview anytime.
I don't
I'd
think
love
so.
that.
Okay, Chris, let's get you home.
Aren't you forgetting something, Helga?
Eh? Oh, right, the first rule of time travel. Oh, don't worry. There's one in the time machine.
Goodbye, Mr. Columbus. Thank you for being on my popular radio show.
I don't like you. We used to beat up like you, guys like you, in nautical school.
But
Randolph, while I'm gone, behave yourself. Play some music on the show for once. That's what people like. Whatever you do, don't mess with the dials on the control panel.
Oh, don't worry. I learned my lesson. And there they go. An amazing sight, that time machine. Yes, amazing. Boy, Columbus is such a jerk. I'm glad he's gone. No, I'm not gonna go to any more of his parades, that's for sure. No. Don't touch the dials. Me, I'm Helga. She thinks she's so big. It's my show, after all. Huh. I wonder what this one does.